Well, and we are live.
All right.
It's been a minute. It's been about 2 weeks. No streams for various reasons, but we're finally back. Um, Super high energy, if you can't tell this week. um,
It's been a
we're
long fucking
super
day.
we're super hyped to be here and talk about Mars attacks. We're gonna continue Alien Month, and because we didn't stream for the last 2 months or the last 2 weeks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually extend this. We're gonna do one more Alien movie in the first week of March to wrap it up, and then we will be doing a trilogy uh, to be announced
The Alien trilogy.
following. Um, but so yeah, so we're gonna do another Alien movie. I'm not sure which one yet. We'll figure that out later. But for now, we're gonna talk about Mars Attacks. And Beck, you picked this movie,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
I mean, what am I doing? Like, so Mars attacks. Am I telling my story with it? Like,
I mean, just yeah, why did you pick this movie?
so I was living with my grandparents when I was going to school. Like this last time, not this time, but like a time before. And I was just kind of like on my computer. I'm like just looking up movies and shit. All my friends are in Discord, and I was like, oh hey, I was like, because I had seen just like images like the aliens from it, especially because I'd watched King of Staten Island prior, and he has like the Martian's head tattooed on him, Pete Davidson. I just stumbled on the movie. He's like, hey, I'm like not doing anything, and I was literally jaw dropped through the opening credits, just seeing all the names. I was like, it was just person after person that was huge at the time, or they hadn't even quite blown up yet, and then I saw the actual movie, and I wondered how the fuck they got every single one of these people to sign on. And it was like some of them were just like Michael J. Fox, huge, gone. It's like they're the lucky ones. They got written out way quicker.
I'm trying to figure out who would have been the first person cast because you know what probably happened
It
was
was
they
the
got
donut kid.
well,
He really
no, I
just
don't.
wandered onto set, and they're like, yeah.
No, I mean like the first big name because usually the way, especially I feel like back then, the way it would work is someone would look out and if a project had a big name attached to it,
I
they're
mean,
like, I have to do that movie because they're attached to it.
was Tim
And
Burton big
so,
at the time?
oh, that's right, it is Tim Burton. And that's the other thing. If
Oh,
I
it was Tim
believe he
Burton
had,
and Danny DeVito. I bet that's what started the.
yeah, I
I
mean,
bet
I'm
what
sure
started
because
it.
that's. I mean, you said what year did it come out?
96.
96. For some
Is
reason,
that
I put
before or after
2005.
Batman?
But that's, I think, after.
Even more surprising.
I'm not sure. If you could look it up.
Oh yeah, I'm the one on a computer. Give me
Come
two
on, Jamie.
seconds, dude. Yeah. So Danny. I'll just look up his movies.
Well, I mean, also, what year did Edward Scissorhands come out? I mean, Tim Burton had some
Uh,
big movies that weren't Batman that
so
came out in the 90s.
Batman Forever came out 95,
Okay.
and then there was which one was Danny DeVito in? Was he in that or Batman and Robin? Those are
Well, also Tim Burton did Beetlejuice. I think
yeah.
what
Oh,
was that?
Michael Keaton. There's a lot of overlaps.
So, uh, I think yeah. I mean, it was probably the draw of Tim Burton, and
Hmm.
then maybe like he got one big name on there, and everyone was like, "Oh, Tim Burton's working with this guy. Oh, we got to get on that project." And then they saw the script, and they're like, "Okay, this is different, but I'm willing to do this." And I don't think it's a bad movie.
No, it's not.
It's a very basic story, but
It's a
it
dumb
works.
movie.
Dude, there's so many funny moments. So like when they're just evaporating people and they have the like translator and it's like, "Don't run, we are your friends."
I do love the opening of the movie. He's just like rolling up on the tractor. He's like, What you got going on over there? He's like, is it a barbecue? He's like, that's not from my house. And then it's just like, it's literally just a herd of cows with like a JPEG image like attached to them as they're running by. And it was great. Ugh. So,
No, yeah, I mean, like the design of the aliens, I like. Who was I think Zave, because I watched it with Sam and Zave. Zave was saying that he loves that they're nudists on their ship.
oh yeah, they're just running around in their underwear. So I think the biggest one for me though was seeing Pierce Brosnan. I think he's the one that stumped me the most out of all of them.
See, I don't think I've seen a single Pierce Brosnan movie
I just watched one with him in it, and it was
outside of Mars Attacks.
Black Adam.
I haven't seen Black Adam.
Well, let you know he's probably the best part of that movie.
I'm honestly not sure I'm ever going to watch Black Adam.
It's on HBO Max, and I have a subscription, and it looked cool. But
I also have HBO Max, but I'm like, I don't know if I have any interest in watching any more DC stuff outside of the second Joker movie.
Dude, I saw the trailer and it looked good.
Whenever James Gunn finally gets like his first movie out, and then I might start looking at it again, especially if it's actually like good shit going forward after that.
It wasn't bad.
Because
It was.
the only DC movies I did like the Justice League, the Snyder cut. I did like that, but I just think it was more. I liked it better than the original cut.
I say you can spray paint dog shit, but it's still gonna be dog shit underneath.
Yeah, it just worked.
It was just fancier.
I thought it worked better because they gave like Cyborg an actual fucking story.
Yeah, like
and
there's a lot of detail that was needed, and I think that's the issue with Black Adam. And I know we're completely off track, but he's an alien, I guess. And but it's just they cram all this stuff into one movie. They don't really give much explanation, but then you're supposed to have like a bond with these people, and I just like he just broke through a sewer pipe with a spear. I don't.
That's and that's where DC's got an issue of they haven't known what the hell they've been doing for a long time, and
their standards are great.
They're trying to copy Marvel, but they took the shortcut and tried to just make one Superman movie, then a Superman and Batman movie without a solo Batman, and then Justice League.
Yeah.
And they just didn't take the time to develop that world before they got to that epic point. And so that's where you like have Cyborg just shoved in there without much of a story by the time they got done editing it. And so now that James Gunn is on board and going to take full control, I'm curious how that ship's going to start steering. Although, like I said, Joker was fucking amazing. And I'm super excited to see the second one, but
I just hope that them making like more of these isn't gonna fuck it up.
Well, the second one looks cool because it's supposed to be a musical, and it's got Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, and I'm curious to see what that's going to look like, especially if rumors are true, and we get maybe a glimpse of Willem Dafoe.
There we go. Who would he be?
He'd be a Joker copycat.
I feel like he's actually the original.
Right.
This is like a Mahler twins thing. He's like, no, you're the clone. What? Same where high energy tonight, as Devin had said earlier.
Huh?
Huh?
You're high energy tonight?
We're all high energy tonight. It's like what we got going on.
Nice. Should I do
Can
some
you not
jumping
feel
jacks?
the energy?
It's electrifying.
It's electrifying.
Should I do some jumping jack?
What?
You can, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I wouldn't either. Yeah, sorry, we got a little off track, but we had just started talking. We were talking about the cast for Mars Attacks, and we were talking about Pierce Brosnan, saying how I've never seen a single movie with him in it.
Yeah, I don't even recognize the name.
James Bond?
I was gonna say, and then yeah, he played James Bond, but I've never seen a single James Bond movie. So
Let me see. Pierce.
I can't believe you don't recognize the name Pierce Brosnan.
I recognize the actor though.
Well, he's hot.
He was Goldeneye in the movie Goldeneye.
He's my golden boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
And
more like
there
Golden
was
Daddy.
a moment in the movie where he was like, "It's time for me to use my golden eye." It's like the most iconic moment in the movie.
It's you. You're the golden eye. That's fucking stupid. Yeah. He was just reduced down to a head for the entirety of the movie.
Yeah, him and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Well, she at least had a body.
Yeah, with a dog's head attached to it.
Yeah, I love the alien looking at the Playboy, just like going back up and like, oh god, they're on they're doing the interview and they kind of like tap into the TVs and everything, and she's like, oh my god, they're hideous, and he's like, darling, we're just as ugly to them. He's like, I bet they find us just as revolting.
So I was like, the first time when we watched it a couple weeks ago, I thought it was miscommunication the whole time. But then when I was rewatching the end a few minutes ago and I resaw that point where they're walking through and they're like, don't run, we're your friends. It's like, they know.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
You thought that was
It's
just
not
like
miscommunication.
Yeah. God.
The part where they're like trying to crush that Boy Scout troop with the,
The Washington Monument.
Yeah.
Bro. I can't. What was his name? It's like the main. I want to call him the main character, but he was just like the low IQ brother who worked at a donut shop. Hold on.
You mean the long-haired kid?
Yeah, yeah.
You thought he had a low IQ? Bro, he destroyed the aliens.
He did.
Okay,
He
well, his
saved our
grandmother
planet.
did 50% of the job because she turned around. Richie. Played Rich. He looks like a beardless Pedro Pascal.
I don't see it.
I thought he looked like
Older now, he looks a little bit like Pascalish.
Beck, did you ever watch the Fargo TV show?
No, can't say that I did.
No.
No, sir.
The second season, there was a character that looked very much like Richie in this movie.
Yeah.
Like a crippled hand. And then his family ended up asking him to kill somebody.
Did you use a strong hand?
Can somebody read that comment in the chat?
I don't
Again,
think
my
we want to.
computer screen is very small.
That's a me job, isn't it?
Either one of you.
Actually, I don't know if it'll load since I'm gonna be.
I
new
guess I
into
can
it.
pull it up on my
Devin, just pull
phone.
up chat. Oh,
I'll
meet
just pull it
Bill.
up. Bill.
Meet Bill? Question mark. Oh, your shirt, Kill Bill. I would assume.
Oh. Yeah, Kill Bill.
That's all. That's it.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to. I don't know what that means.
Kill Bill. I get that reference. This is fucking depressing.
Yeah, no. The cast though. So you have Michael J. Fox, Sarah Jessica Parker, Danny DeVito, fucking Jack Black.
He's not even in the movie that long either.
He looked like the. Keep going.
You got who else was in this? Jack Nicholson playing two different roles.
Yeah, he was.
And the one was more unhinged than the other, but
Private Leonard.
I don't think who else was in the movie.
You know who would have been great in this movie?
Natalie Portman.
Tommy Lee
Oh, Natalie
Jones.
Portman was it?
Tommy
Who?
Lee Jones would have been great in this movie.
And Will Smith.
Oh yeah, Tom Jones
David?
was in it.
Oh, Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Tom Jones, which I remember when we were watching it, I was like, they literally put him in the opening credits, and he's just got this one like musical number,
Yeah.
and then that's it. That's gonna be it.
I thought that
And
was
then
it too.
he ended up being in the whole rest of the movie. I was like, what the fuck? Everybody's like, are you Tom Jones? Pam Grier? Fucking Jackie Brown?
You lost me on that one.
You never see Jackie Brown?
No.
It's a Tarantino movie.
Oh yeah, it's like one of the. We talked about it,
It's
but it's, one of his like ones that was quite I didn't know about until.
it's like she ends up. It's been a while since I've seen it, but she ends up like getting involved with robbing an airport. She's like a flight attendant or something that ends up robbing this airport when there's like money being transferred.
But where did the other one go? Do you think those water bottles are half empty? Hey Sam,
Those are water bottles are not half empty.
are they half full?
No, they are empty.
Just do a quick karate chop across your night table, please.
Okay. Hold on. Let me move.
I know that's why they're set up like that.
I'm trying to. Why can't I fucking? There we go. All right, now I got chat pulled up on my phone so I can see it better.
Nice.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Did you see that?
Did
There
you-
was like Cobra Kai in here.
I did not. I missed it. Damn.
Yeah, they're all gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I grew up loving Karate Kid too.
He sweep the leg, you know?
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Can't do it, Mr. Miyagi. I'm afraid. As he's like in
So-
crippling pain with a shattered spleen.
So Sam, what did you think of this movie?
Mhm. I forgot we were talking about that.
I don't know. I mean, when was it released?
96.
Yeah.
Right in that prime era of like CGI was getting revolutionized, but not for the better.
For its time, I mean, I'd say it's a good movie.
I know. I did like that they used practical with the corpses.
Yeah.
That was
That I
nice.
did.
That was really
Yeah.
cool, actually.
I bet you some people have one of those in their like living room or some shit.
I
Like,
think
I
it's
bet
like,
you.
oh, they get in like one of those glass coffee tables that has like a hollow center, and it's just their piece.
What is his name? The guy who does like the Talking Dead.
Matthew, right? Something?
No, I thought it was Chris something.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
I can't remember his name.
I'm on it.
But he's got like a wild collection of props from movies. I remember one Christmas,
Chris
his
Hardwick.
wife, Chris Hardwick, yeah, his wife gave him actual screen used Gremlin from Gremlins,
Ooh.
and so I bet you that guy's probably got one of those practical Mars Attacks corpses somewhere in
dude.
his house.
There was like a show, I want to say it was on Sci-Fi, to where it dealt like specifically with auctions and stuff with movie memorabilia.
Yeah,
remember that?
I remember.
That was so
I
cool.
remember. I love that show.
There was one where they had the original Camaro from the first Transformers, and it had like
Yeah.
voice automation to where it would do like a J turn when you yelled like B or Bumblebee. Oh,
Yeah, dude, that show was awesome.
mm.
I can't remember what it was called, but yeah. So I bet you there's some Mars Attacks corpses floating around for private.
I'm
ownership.
curious. That's like some black markets. That's right up there with like Hitler's tea kettle or teacup.
Bro, somebody on fucking like Storage Wars just opens up a fucking storage unit that they purchase is just full of Mars Attacks corpses. They're just like,
It was actually
He hit
Michael
it
J.
big.
Fox's shipping
They
container.
hit it big.
yeah,
They hit it big.
probably.
They don't have any on eBay.
And they're just like, well, I don't know what this is. Let's go trade it into Spirit Halloween.
Where's that at? It's like, oh, he was the old Best Buy. Mm.
um, yeah, and I like the colors on them and stuff. Like I said, I like the design for the aliens.
Was
I
it?
like the colors of like their suits and their guns.
Did you like the design for the Martians better or the aliens from War of the Worlds?
Probably War of the Worlds.
That's the wrong answer.
Well,
Tom Cruise would never have survived the Martians. They were way more brutal.
I liked the design of the Martians as like an aesthetic thing, like the colors on them and stuff. Like I said, the aliens in War of the Worlds were a little scarier.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They didn't speak really.
They looked more realistic, I guess.
Oh, I was rewatching Scary Movie 4, which is spoofs War of the Worlds. Those tripods, I swear to God, they just ripped them out like a lower grade from War of the Worlds.
I thought it was an iPod.
It started out as an iPod, and they were playing the Boy George song. Was it Chameleon or whatever?
Yeah, and they're all
and they're
like,
yeah, and then it goes to destroy humanity, and they
and they're like, no.
They're in the basement plotting. He's like, I know how to beat these things. We're gonna build our tripod, but ours is gonna have 4 legs.
What?
That was the guy's plan. He was like, we're gonna build our own tripod, but it's gonna have 4 legs.
Dude, speaking of War of the Worlds, I just told Sam yesterday I discovered that they came out with a War of the Worlds movie in 2019. And it, like, takes place in, like, the 1800s or some shit.
Oh?
It looked... We watched, like, 5 minutes of a clip from it, and it looked pretty bad.
That's some, like, low-grade shit, like Abraham Lincoln versus zombies.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. But it did have the guy who played Dudley from
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, yeah.
He seems like an 1800s kind of dude. The look he's got now, it's very fitting to like a lethargic doctor in the Midwest.
Yeah.
He was a murderer in that Tom Holland Netflix movie
The
with
Devil All the Time.
Yeah, he was in that too.
We're gonna watch that here soon because me and Natalie haven't seen it.
I like it.
I heard mixed things on it, but
I think out of all of his non-Spider-Man roles, it's probably the better one.
Okay. I don't think I've seen him in much outside of Spider-Man.
Did you ever watch Uncharted?
No, I want to, but
it was a fun movie.
That's the vibe I got from it. It wasn't like going to be anything great, but it was probably going to be entertaining enough.
Yeah, there's a little Easter egg
I love
in
Mark
it that
Wahlberg.
I loved.
So. Mark Wahlberg's the man.
Did you ever play the games?
I played the 4th one.
Nah, you might not pick up on it.
Yeah, I tried to play the first one, but it was a little too dated for me.
No, I still play that one all the time.
If they like came out with a remake of it or a remaster, like with
I thought they did on
Uncharted
PS4
engine, I would play it, but it's still the
I refuse to play the 4th one.
The 4th one's pretty good.
I refuse to play it. I don't want it to be over.
For somebody who never played any of the other ones, I enjoyed the 4th one quite a bit, and it was like I didn't feel like I was missing anything by not having experienced the 3rd ones. I knew there was going to be references and callbacks that I was going to miss, and maybe they're going to be characters that show up that I wasn't going to recognize, but I could probably figure out from context that they knew each other already. But outside of that, like, I didn't feel like I was missing. Like, it was a very concise standalone story that just also happened to be like the end of the Uncharted series, and it was like a story about two brothers.
No.
Bro, you want to go?
I deal with stupid ass fucking coworkers all day. You ever seen a man, and I apologize, grab 2 cans of soda, open one, he's the only, in this scenario, you're the only person in the room who drinks out of a can. Open one, take a few sips, sit it down, grab the other one and crack it open, walk away and come back, and then grab the old one and go, is this yours?
What?
Yeah. No, mine's the one with my name on it.
Why would they
That'd be
grab
lo-
two, open one?
Sam? That has been
This
my
is the
fucking
mystery
question.
he's trying to figure out.
Like, nobody else drinks cans. Stop leaving them on the line. No, it's not mine, Andy. God. Fuck.
Oh, damn, shots fired. I hope none of your coworkers watch this.
He's a small man. He's gonna come back to bite me in the ass. Somehow. Anyway, I apologize.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Grown ass men. Grown ass men.
And it's just, I mean, like, I don't know. I always feel for anybody who's dealing with stupidity because I dealt with a lot of it at Speedway when I worked there. The customers I would deal with at Speedway.
Imagine you're in the middle of your rush, Devin, at Donato's, right? And like you're in the fucking wheeze a little bit, and then this guy comes over and turns off all the ovens and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna clean these real quick." That is what I'm dealing with. And like, stop, like, please. Mars Attacks was a cluster fun movie. It gives me enough anxiety to sit on the edge of my seat, but enough stupidity that I can still shut my mind off.
Dude,
Yeah.
my favorite moment of the movie is when they try to nuke them, and they like suck up the nuke into like that balloon, and then they're like hitting it like it's helium. They're just like, ah!
I think probably my favorite moment was when they disguise as that fucking woman.
Oh yeah,
When they get
Martin
into the White
Short
House.
Yes,
too.
yes.
And he's like, "Why don't you
legend.
take this gum out?"
I almost went and saw him and Steve Martin at the Palace Theater a few years ago, and
Why wouldn't
to this
you?
day I've been kicking myself. I just didn't have. It was like either I buy those tickets and I'm broke as fuck for like a week, or I don't and I eat. So I chose to eat.
But you could have like stared at a picture of Steve Martin, Martin Short, and you while your stomach just like growled.
I also didn't know anybody else who would be interested in going to something like that.
Make friends there. They're the kind of
most
people you
people-
want.
Most of the people that I would have been like, "Hey, you want to go see a Steve Martin show?" They'd be like, "Who? And who?"
You know, Cheaper by the Dozen, Santa Claus 3, SNL. I don't know. What else is he in?
Planes, trains,
No, I
automobiles.
do love that movie, but I think of John Candy when I think of that movie, not Steve Martin.
Oh man,
He's good, but like it's John
the
Candy.
Pink Panther.
Don't worry about it. Damn, I wish they did a third one so we could have watched that next the next one. God. Yeah. I shut that out. That memory. I didn't even Whew. Okay.
I remember as a kid seeing trailers for that, and I'm like, isn't that supposed to be a Pink Panther? Why is it Steve Martin?
Well, to be fair, the inspector was always a character, but the panther was always a panther, not a diamond. But how
Oh, was that what? I never saw the movie.
well, if you in the beginning, I think it's like the beginning credits or end credits. It's like the little cartoon of him like chasing the panther. It's kind of like a Tom and Jerry Roadrunner type deal.
I straight up thought the Pink Panther was like the main character.
Well, I mean, he is because everybody cheered for Jerry, right?
I've never seen either the movie or the show, so I know nothing about Pink Panther except that Steve Martin was the Pink Panther.
No, he wasn't. He was Inspector Clouseau.
Oh, he was Inspector.
The Pink Panther was a
In the
diamond.
Pink Panther. Okay, I
thought you just
I
said
just
Panther.
said I've never. I don't know.
I just said the fucking words. They were okay.
Maybe I'll watch them sometime.
You know, you should. You should really see Steve Martin play the Pink Panther.
You know what I have thought about watching though has got both of them in it is that Murderers Only in the Building. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's got Selena Gomez too.
Yeah,
That's like their
I mean,
last acting gig too. They've said.
I've heard good things about it, and the cast. I keep seeing more people show up in it. Like, this person got added onto the cast for this season. I'm like, holy shit! Like, there's some names I really like attached to that show. So I've thought about watching it, but especially because it's got the two of them in it.
Oh yeah, he's Little Shop of Horrors with fucking
Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis played the doctor in that.
I haven't seen that movie since I was a young
I like that
child.
movie.
I need to rewatch it.
I think I just watched it like a few months ago.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Huh. It's good.
Yep.
He's the best.
My mom loved watching that movie around Halloween, though.
That can be a year-round movie. I think more the springtime than Halloween. That's when plans tend to take off. Like Audrey, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Audrey too, I think.
Well, yeah. It was but I just had to make sure I got the actual name right.
Mm-hmm.
We still need to do a musical week.
Oh yes.
But we already did Cool as Ice.
And he's gonna chill this town to the bone.
Where do your mother, cousin, or no, brother fucker? That's what he said, and that's my boy.
Ditch the zero, get with a hero.
So, what movies are you guys excited for?
Like coming out soon?
Yeah,
Or
coming
like...
out, or that that are out now you want to go see?
Well, obviously, The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
No shit, we talk. Man.
Honestly,
Man.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I don't really been paying attention to movies coming out.
Yeah.
What else? I was just looking at a list not too long ago, and I forgot about a lot of movies that were coming out this year.
Shit.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Apparently, there's an Equalizer 3 coming out in 2023.
Oh, John Wick 4.
Oh,
super excited for John Wick.
I think I'm one of the few people who just don't care about those movies. Like, they're good, but I'm not gonna turn them on myself.
Dude, in the trailer, there's a part where he's like got a dude in an arm bar, and then he flips him, and he flips the dude into oncoming traffic, and the dude just gets hit by a car before he actually completes the full flip. It looked so badass.
I really
I
like Nobody way more.
Nobody was good.
Yeah. But apparently there's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie coming out.
Oh yeah, because they
Blood
had
and
the
Honey. Dude, I've heard don't even fucking waste your time.
It's got a 5 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's so bad.
5%.
Well,
It is so bad.
Disney's changing their mascot because Mickey's about to become like public, like the same thing that happened with Winnie the Pooh, and they don't want that to be like associated with stuff, so they're changing it from Mickey.
I thought they were going to Supreme Court to like try and change the law, or I can't remember what they were trying to do something to prevent them from having to lose Mickey as their mascot.
I hope they don't. Or I hope they do lose. I mean, I'd love to see some of the fucked up shit they would get.
Well, the problem with the Winnie the Pooh horror movie, from what I've heard, is like, and I saw it in the trailer, and obviously instantly it was like, no, that's a no for me, dog. Is the fact that it's just people wearing Winnie the Pooh masks, like plastic masks with a fucking rubber strap quality Winnie the Pooh mask.
No one said it was gonna be good.
And it's just like, yeah, it's apparently complete trash.
You gotta produce that stuff quick before the laws change.
No, I would have loved to have seen like a high quality version of that, where it's like a really well done, like practical or even CGI Winnie that looks like the classic Winnie the Pooh, but he's just fucking psychotic. And like it could be like an actual like movie that's like Cocaine Bear, where it like doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Yeah.
And I think that would probably work really well and do really well in theaters, but instead these people put together like this as fast as they could. From what I've heard, it felt like they saw Winnie the Pooh was going to public domain and they're like, we got to make something now before anybody else does, so let's make a horror movie really fast. And then they just did a terrible job. So maybe one day we'll get a good one. Or maybe
Jesus.
a Mickey horror film. That's not South Park, even though South Park kind of already gave us that.
I want to see Godzilla Mickey. Yeah. Look, I guess we're getting a new Insidious movie too.
I never saw the last one that came out.
Well, this one's going to be following Patrick Stewart's character. Not Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Wilson?
Patrick Wilson's character. They were saying it's like the son's now like they're dropping them off at college, and it's like going to be following the family again, which is exciting because the first two were great.
I love the first
Oh yeah,
two.
if only I don't know who the director is or if they said, but if it was somehow James Wan again, I know it's probably more than likely not him, but I would lose it.
Speaking of James Wan, Megan. Have you seen Megan yet?
No, I just watched The Menu actually. I know we talked about that I think last time.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's so
Did
good.
you like it?
Oh fuck yeah. Dude, I was geeking out during the movie. Just like one by the kitchen, it's Draco Mouth, it's Lucius Malfoy's actor. Can't think of it. Who plays the head chef?
Ralph
No, that's-
Fiennes. He played Voldemort.
Isn't it? That's Voldemort.
Did he play Voldemort?
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
the same. Let's be real. I thought that was. Oh, this is gonna make me angry. How dumb am I? But like his role as head chef and just like the dishes and everything, and I was watching it with someone, and I would pause like every 5 seconds. I'm like, not only is this intimidating, like just on another level, but it was like to Nicholas Holt's character. I'm like, but he understands the importance and the power that this man had in the kitchen. I'm like, so he's like even more scared, and it's so cool. What do you think happened to his character? You think he killed himself?
They show it. He hung himself.
Did he? Oh, I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they showed it.
Yeah, he
Okay.
literally, after he walked out of the kitchen with his tail between his legs, he went back. I think the chef told him to kill himself. So
Oh, I
goes
know
back
he
there and
did that
fucking
'cause
hangs himself.
He would have done anything he said to, so that's why I was like, I figured he killed himself. But I didn't remember seeing that.
Yeah, they don't show like they just
They
show
just
his
show-
body hanging through the door frame.
Like,
they don't
yeah.
show like
Okay.
close up of it or anything.
He's
But
like-
yeah,
He was in Schindler's List.
yeah. Well, I brought up Megan because that's a James Wan movie, and they just put it on Peacock, but they put the unrated version on there. Now, mind you, this was a PG-13 movie when it hit theaters, and a lot of people thought, and it turned out to be true, that it was a R-rated movie.
Yeah.
They then edited it down. They edited it down to be able to appeal to a broader audience. So the unrated version brings more gore and a lot more language to it, and a lot of people say it's a better movie because of it. And so I already enjoyed it, but now they put the unrated version on Peacock. I want to watch it so badly.
Is he kind of like on a streak with those kind of movies? Because I know *Malignant* was like I think the last one he did.
Yeah,
right? And they're all kind
yeah.
of that like. It was a serious movie, but then it turned out to be like a slasher more than.
Yeah.
He's been doing
Yeah,
weird genres.
Malignant was so funny.
I thought it was so cool. I hated the end though, like the reveal.
Oh, yeah, well, see, I saw the reveal coming because I was like, well, she had serious head trauma. How is it that when they were working on her head to, save her, they didn't shave her fucking head to do the surgery on her head? And that's because the movie wouldn't work if she didn't have hair.
I don't know. I was really disappointed by that because the body horror in it was great, but then they
Yeah.
revealed it was just like a tumor. I was like, I was like,
But
you've lost me a little bit.
I mean, the police station scene was really cool.
It was, but I think the beginning of the movie was my favorite by far, where it's like way more of the kind of like a ghost looking thing, and then
Yeah.
the shot to where it kind of goes over the house, and you're looking down almost like it's a fucking game of Clue or something. You can just see the layout. I thought that was really cool, but it was my
I might
favorite part.
I might have asked you this, but because we're talking about Blumhouse movies now, um, did you see Upgrade ever?
No. No.
Um, it's like about this guy who ends up becoming a paraplegic, and his wife dies. And so but they're attacked, and that's how it happens. And then he ends up getting this upgrade. He gets this like chip in his spine that allows him to walk again, and it also talks to him.
Cortana.
And can like help him to like Google shit and figure out shit. And so it's like a second brain that's in his body that's helping him. And then at a certain point he's like given the option to like give it control of his body to fight. And so it's like a really crazy like cyberpunkish movie, but it's also like a horror film with a really fucked up ending.
Yeah.
It's like
and
Doc Ock
really
internally.
It's really, really entertaining. There's fight scenes where these dudes have guns. They have like shotguns in their arms, so the barrel's coming out of their palm, and they're like putting shotgun shells in their forearm, like
they're shooting up,
and then they're fucking blasting shotgun shells out of their fucking palm. It's a badass movie.
How much more badass would Iron Man have been if he just shot like 3.56 at his fucking?
And yeah, it's another one of those like Blumhouse movies where it's like it doesn't take itself too seriously at all, but it's like all the better for it. And this one turns into more of like the most action oriented horror film I've ever seen. I think is the best way to put it.
I'll have to check it out.
Available on Peacock.
Is it on Peacock?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw it when I was scrolling through earlier.
Damn, crazy.
But yeah, Mars Attacks.
Dude, I'm so sorry. It's really hard to get in and out of this fucking mindset.
No, you're good.
I'll be hyped 1 week, and then it's like, okay, like I was ready. And then
Yeah, that's my bad. Like I said, because I think the night we watched this was the night we were going to do the podcast, and we're sitting here watching the movie, and I was trying so hard to stay awake during the movie, and then I like, finally when the movie was over, I just like felt dead to the world. I was like, I need to go to bed. I can't fucking do a podcast right now.
I was literally the same way.
Dude, I was driving home from Parkersburg that night, and I was like, shit, I'm like, I gotta make it back. And I got home, I was fucking worn out, but I'm like, he said we're doing it, I'm like, just get ready. And I was kind of on the couch, like, fighting to sleep, and you sent that text. I was like, oh, thank God. And I think I just put my head down and fucking passed out.
Yeah, it was, I guess it was a mutual case of the sleepies that week. Yeah. And then, honestly, last week was completely my bad. I straight up forgot. I was like, I'm gonna text him about doing it tonight, and then we'll do it. And then it was like 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, fuck, I never texted him. Fuck. All right, I guess we're not gonna do it tonight. And then I don't know what I did instead, but
you had a concert at one point, and that's what got me. Cause you're like, I totally forgot to say something. You're like, I have a concert tonight. I'm like, how the fuck do you forget about a concert? Or it was like, jeez.
Well, we also last weekend we actually went to 2 concerts because we went to one Friday and then we went to one Monday. Let me tell you something. This man over here,
shit.
Sam, he ended up falling down 12 metal steps at the Freddie Dredd concert. And then once we got him up and okay, he was just like, I want some pizza.
I respect that, Sam. The man knows what he wants, and I can't be mad at him for that.
I made an illustration if you want to see the stairs I fell down.
You had to ask. I'm a little hurt.
I'm just gonna put it up to the camera. All 12 of those stairs.
No, did you fall like? Did you go back onto your back, or did you go forward?
He landed on his ass.
Oof. You rode the stairs down.
Yeah, I got some nasty bruises from it.
Bet you do.
That's, like at least
Pollock back
you might
there
be able to see it. Hold on.
I,
This one is
I'm
like the
glad that's
worst.
all it is. I'm not gonna lie, Sam. After you went to bed, I was like, I hope that motherfucker wakes up in the morning.
Oh my
He had a
God,
concussion.
Sam. He's gonna wake up with a stutter, like horrible. Like, oh God.
Oh, now he wakes up and he's all of a sudden he can only speak French. Or no, because he knows some French. He just all of a sudden starts speaking Cantonese.
But it's always fucking. Everybody always goes to Cantonese.
Also, some shit happened Monday too.
Oh well, yeah, that was a completely different story, but that
Yeah.
was also shitty.
But we got inside, like inside the doors. We had our tickets out, me and Natalie. Devin gets in, right? They scan his ticket, everything's fine. Natalie pulls out her ticket, and they're like, "Oh, actually, that's not a real ticket. It's supposed to have like a name on it."
Yeah.
And so I'm right behind her. I'm like, "Well, shit, mine is the same thing." So
Where'd
Natalie
you guys
and I
get your
both-
tickets from?
I got mine from Vivid Seats.
Oh. So did you just go in without them, Devin?
Yeah, they left, and I went in and saw the show, and then I left, and I went to Woodlands to meet up with them, and I didn't see them, so I called Natalie, and she was like, "Hey, how was the show?" And I was just like, "You don't want to know." It was quite possibly the best show I've ever been to. It was a little darky.
Damn.
I don't know if you're familiar
Oh,
with
Little Darky? I didn't realize you saw
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was fucking awesome.
Like good, fun.
Oh, it was so all over the place. 'Cause I was expecting like a rap concert with maybe like a grungier edge to it, but it was like the second song was a straight up punk song, and there was a huge mosh pit.
Which
and
one
he
was
like
it?
very verbal about I don't remember. The lines were like, "Kids are all retarded. What do we do? Kids are all retarded." And
Wasn't rap
I don't know
music,
this.
was it?
What?
Did it have like a really heavy bass intro?
No, it was a straight up punk song from like the 90s. And then he went into he started going into some more rap stuff, and then he had Wendigo as producer up there playing the guitar, and he had a full band up there, and eventually he's like, "So this is the part of the show where I just let these guys jam out." And they just fucking jammed out for like 15 minutes, and it was like the craziest shit I had ever heard. And he's just in the back just going like fucking doing vocals, ad-libbing.
Nice.
And then he did more of like his rap stuff. But yeah, it was just like all over the place. But it felt more like a punk show than an actual rap concert.
I get that. The first song that somebody showed me by him, it was so different from anything else I've ever heard. Like in that, I don't even call it a genre because he doesn't stick to one of them. But
well, he's got a song called Trap Metal. I think that's kind of how he describes him, at least his earlier stuff. He's also constantly changing his sound, so
yeah,
which I like. But yeah, so his show ended up being really good, and I was really disappointed that Sam and Natalie didn't get to experience it with me. But I told him next time I'm buying 3 tickets off rip. So I only had enough money for one when I bought it, and then I was like, "You got to get Little Darky tickets." And then a couple days later, Sam went to go get one, and it was already sold out.
That's how we got to Vivid Seats.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm not going to use it.
Yeah,
Good
don't.
idea.
It's not Ticketmaster, so.
Well, I
Oh,
use
shit.
AXS, but that's
Axis?
I guess that's I don't know. It's just the site that Freddie Dredd and Little Darky linked me to on their Instagram. So, or no, not Instagram. Bands in Town. Actually, I use Bands in Town. I'll like check that every couple weeks to see who's coming.
Oh. I don't know why I say that. Oh, I'm around there. We get a lot of.
There's a concert.
Jelly Roll's gonna be here. I think that's
Carolyn Polachek is coming, who I've never listened to, but her opener is George Clanton. So I kind of want to go to that.
those words. Nothing.
I know Sam knows George Clanton.
Yeah. I know one song by him.
There was another band that I saw was coming that I really wanted to see.
We're music aficionados too. Yeah. Oh, you're speaking of that. Shit.
I think I have shows saved. Oh, Gus Dapperton. Gus Dapperton's coming in May. I really want to go to that.
Dapperton?
Yeah, he's like an indie guy, but he's really, really good.
Which part of Indiana?
I'm not even going to chuckle. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, sir.
Man, do you know what the least spoken language in the U.S. is?
What's that?
Sign language.
Is it really? I know a lot of... Oh, God damn it. What the fuck? Oh, man, that shows how slow I am.
Start responding to it like a
Is it really? Like what? Like, we're gonna keep this going?
That just reminds me of this meme I saw where it was like this girl posted, she was like, yeah, for the longest time, or no, it was like the prompt was, what's something you learned way later than you should have? And the response this girl posted was, you can't eat the paper ribbon that comes in the Hershey Kiss. For the longest time, I thought you could eat that because a friend of mine when I was a kid told me that, but now I've learned that you can't. And then someone commented, you actually can. And then she was like, really? You can? And their response was, why would you fall for that again?
Oh, there's a Reddit thing I was reading. It's something along those lines to where, oh fuck, what was it? This guy, he was like, when he was he and his buddy would like smoke weed when they were kids. He like told him one time, he's like, do you know if you eat the roach, it gets you like 10 times higher? And his buddy's like, no way. He's like, so he ate the roach. He's like, it was like 15 years go by. He's like, we like kind of meet up again, like they reconnect. He's like, and they start smoking a joint. He's like, and my buddy eats the roach. And he goes, why the fuck did you do that? And he's like, you told me. He's like, if you eat the roach, you get like 10 times higher. And he's like, and he realizes he's the one who he's the one who like started that lie and that fucking like thought process. And he's like, I can only imagine the amount of roaches this man has eaten over the years because of a joke he made.
That honestly feels like some shit that would happen if I said something to Corey.
I can see it.
And then he just believes me, and then I find out like 10 years later he like took it to heart.
That would be so worth it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I'll be there to back up your theory. I'll make a wiki page on it even and be like, no, Corey, like check it out.
Okay, so we should do that, and then when you come and you meet Corey, that's when we'll do it, and we'll convince him. Dude, you know I convinced him like a month ago. I convinced him Natalie went to prison for a year.
What?
I would believe that. Natalie seems like she'd run a fucking block.
Yeah, I told him that, and he was like, what? She never told me that. And I'm like, yeah, she doesn't like to talk about it all that often. And he's like,
Which prison did she get to?
Why did she go to prison? I'm like, tax evasion. He's like, what the hell?
White collar
crime. And then he was like, how old was she? And this has been going on for a little bit. So, and I felt bad. I was like, he genuinely believes me. I'm like, she was 13. He's like, she went to prison when she was 13?
I think it's amazing that she was smart enough to pull off tax evasion at 13. Like, she got a fucking, like, co-conspirator charge because she helped her dad with it.
And I told him that they called her Natty Light because she always had a lighter. And so if you needed a light, you go to her, and she'd hook you up with a light.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun.
Natalie Light.
I'm gonna spin like a fucking web of lies and then just disappear for 4 years until Corey sees me again. It's my favorite thing to do. Oh, I want to fuck with him a little bit. That'd be great.
Oh, it's part of being around Corey. You just don't want to go too.
Oh my
hard
god! I
'cause
bet I
he
could
gets
convince him I used
upset.
to be a woman.
He
I know I could.
he we were messing with him at work one time, and we started making him like he was saying things they weren't like outright homophobic, but we would make him think we took it as
You were
homophobic.
gaslighting him into being a homophobe.
And then we were calling him a homophobe, and he's like, "I'm not a homophobe. I don't care if you're gay." And then I don't remember later on he was talking about how he doesn't like homeless people, like he's scared of homeless people. And then Sam was like, "Oh, so you're a hobophobe?" And he was like, "God damn it, no!"
Man, I miss working those Sundays.
I do too.
That's so stupid. Oh, Sam. Look with that one, huh?
I swear to God, that kid lived under a rock.
He's so fucking sweet. That's what hurts me.
He is.
He's such a
He
nice
is.
kid, and you guys are just being assholes to him. Like, he was that kid at the lunch table. You're like, no, this is just initiation, but it went on for 4 years, and then they never spoke to him again.
Oh man.
He's the Jonah Hill and Accepted.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie. I just remember Lewis Black screaming all the time.
Oh, is that the guy who played the dean?
I think he was the older guy.
Yeah, he was the uncle.
He was like giving
screaming.
speeches.
Oh
yeah.
my god. Because they go to him in the shoe store to play a fake dean, and the kid's like, "I want the pumps." And he's like, "We don't have the pumps." He's like, "We have like the Jordan like 400 D cools." He's like, "I want the pumps." And he's like, "You know what? There's little Asian kids right now sewing up your shoes so they could just bring a bowl of rice home to their dinner tonight so they could eat. You little shit." And he cusses out a child. It's beautiful.
Have you ever seen his stand-up?
What?
Lewis Black. He's
No.
a stand-up comedian, and his stand-up routines are basically that. Him screaming about shit like that for like an hour.
No, I
it's
love
so great. It's so great.
Oh no, it sounds like my kind of thing. Lewis Black. Man, I didn't realize how old like Justin Long. I didn't realize how old he was until because he was the main character in that.
That's right, he was.
And I was just kind of looking at like his IMDb, and I was like, God, he's in his 40s, 46.
Dude, he picked great roles though.
Oh, he did. I'm 44, but yeah. Oh,
There's like
Cuss.
there's like a meme going around where it's like if this guy's in a horror movie, he's fucked.
fucked. I remember my friend before I ever saw Barbarian, he sent that to me. I was like, it's true. Like, it's always shit with his eyes.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like the Sean Bean of horror movies.
Nah, my favorite role of his though is as the doctor in Idiocracy.
Oh my god.
He's like, yeah, so your shit's all fucked up and you're like kind of stupid and yeah, you're all broken and shit. It's gonna be $5,000.
Therapy,
you can just scan your tattoo. And then he's like, what? He's like, what is going on? And he's like, wait, man, why don't you have tattoo? Why no you have tattoo? He's like, wait, dude, why no you have tattoo? And then he like calls security. I fucking love it.
That movie was amazing. Oh, fuck! What was the? Yeah,
What was his name?
I can't think of his.
Taco Gordito Supreme Crunch.
Is that the president?
Yeah, president. Like
I know it was Terry
Gorditos.
Crews.
Yeah.
But
Sam,
is
you've
it-
seen Idiocracy, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's got what plants want or need. It's got
Crave.
electrolytes.
It's got
Oh,
crave.
crave. Like, what are electrolytes? He's like, it's what plants crave. Like, you've got to put water on them from the
Like
toilet.
from the toilet?
Why are the dogs barking? Oh my god!
That's a movie I need to have on Blu-ray.
What Idiocracy?
Yeah. No
Mm.
matter how many times I watch that movie, I laugh so hard every time. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Man, I could really go for some Starbucks right now. Yeah, I know. It'd be really nice to have a hand job right now, but we don't have time, man. You doing all right over there, Beck?
You need some electrolytes?
He's not a plant. Or is he?
He's muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Aren't
There
we
we
all
go.
plants though?
Did you just say pop pop?
Pop,
Pop
I want that. Give it
pop?
to him. He's like, pop. No, no. What's the kid's name? Oh my god, it's what do they call him, Devin?
Who is it?
The kid who says pop.
Oh,
It's not a real name. It's
I can't remember what they call him.
that has something to do with earthquakes. Am I wrong?
No, I don't. Maybe it is earthquake. I don't think
Well, it's
so.
not earthquake, but it was magnitude. This is our white whale. Oh, question. I was talking about it with a friend of mine. Have you guys seen Hot Tub Time Machine, and did you like it?
I love the first one.
I think I saw it.
Okay,
but
yeah, the
it was
first
a while
one's
ago.
good, but, no, I rewatched it, and I just can't get over the Craig Robinson scene of where he's singing the Black Eyed Peas, and it got me unreasonably excited. Like, that was such a fucking cool moment to me.
Yeah, dude, the first one's great.
Second one's
The second one was so horrible. It was so
it fell
bad.
apart without John Cusack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the addition of Adam Scott.
Is that
I
his
love Adam
son
Scott.
or his grandson?
Adam Scott?
Well, who did he play in that movie?
I don't remember who. I saw it when it was in theaters. I went and saw it, and I
Mhm.
haven't seen it since. That was what, like 7-8 years ago now. That movie was just so bad.
Yeah.
I told myself I was never gonna watch it again.
But
I watched the first one, but
Chevy Chase, man.
oh, that's right. He was in the second one again, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know. I just remember him in the first one, and still him just kind of being racist. He's just.
They were like,
Arab.
Chevy, we
He's like,
need you
"That's
for
not
a few
offensive."
days. Just be yourself.
He's like, here's a hair. Like, here's like a tool belt, a pair of jump, like a fucking overalls. Like, okay, good.
We're not. Where's my script? Oh, just just react the way you would normally in a normal social setting.
Tell me about your drive here. Like, how was Starbucks this morning? Oh, let me tell you about Troy. Yeah.
High energy here on the podcast.
But yeah.
Ooh, yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, let's go.
I just want to thank everybody for this award, and I don't think it would be possible without Moby. But
Moby?
thanks anyway. That's about it. See you.
The musician?
Moby. Is he really a musician?
I don't know too much, but I just like a few of his songs.
I don't think we should call him a musician. That's
I also just remember the episode of How I Met Your Mother where they saw a bald guy on
it
the
was the
street.
dude from fucking Kelly X, and he played in Community. He was the fake dean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
and they're
also
like,
he was
"Why'd you
also in Phil of
respond?"
the Future.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of the most. Yeah. They're like, "Why'd you
Yeah.
respond when we yelled Moby?" Like they signed his shirt. He's like, "Moby signed my shirt." It just said it was Dave or some shit like that. I have that entire series on DVD. I love that show.
Have you watched How I Met Your Father?
No.
With
I haven't heard
it's
bad
got-
things about it. I just haven't watched it.
it's got Josh from Drake and Josh.
Josh Peck?
He's like, yeah, he's like the main actor, and then I think Hilary Duff is the lead.
Mm-hmm. They're in their old apartment. That's like the connecting thing with it, right?
I don't know. I don't know much outside of that, but I do like the fact that they have Nick and a Disney Channel star, both from around the same time when I was watching, starring in a sitcom together now.
Drake and Josh is way better though.
Yeah, but my stepsister was really into Lizzie McGuire.
Weren't
And then
they?
I also liked Cadet Kelly.
Okay, that was pretty.
That was
had the
that
girl
was a
from
good
Even
movie.
Stevens in it, who was like the drill sergeant. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie. So, but it does make me feel old that those people are now playing like adult ass people on NBC or ABC or whatever channel that's on.
It's kind of like the new iCarly. It's a little nerve wracking to see them cussing.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Nah, I'm not ready to be at this point in my life.
That show would have been 10 times better. I've only seen the first few episodes of the new iCarly, but that show would have been 10 times better if they had Gibby.
Oh yeah, I can't blame him for not wanting to come back.
I can't either.
Have you seen his YouTube channel?
I've not.
Oh, I don't know if he still uploads frequently, but there was like for a while he would do stuff. I watched him a lot when I was a senior, but it was like him and his brother, and he was kind of like a Filthy Frank style guy. I want to say it was weird. His stunt double died, so that was the whole thing too. That was probably traumatizing.
He had a stunt double.
You don't
Where
know
was the
story.
stunt double that day when he fell?
That was the stunt double.
Was it? I thought it was
the
him.
one who fell from like the ceiling and hit or like fell like 2 or 3 stories up and hit concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the stunt double. I'm pretty sure. Like I know he went to the ER. I think he died.
From that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me
and then they used it in the show.
No, hold on.
Dude, that's sick as fuck. iCarly's metal. iCarly's so metal, bro.
Oh, I don't want to. I'm not gonna use fucking edit first off.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that was Noah Monk that actually fell.
So,
Sam, you look.
Oh, so there's a thing
like you
saying
just
it's
murdered
like,
somebody.
according to Noah Monk, his stunt double did not wear any safety equipment, and he broke all his ribs.
But he didn't die from that fall.
Maybe he did die. Oh my god, there's a lot of things saying he did die.
Dude, did you get fooled by the internet into believing Noah Monk's stunt double is dead?
I mean, he broke all his ribs.
That's a little far away from dying.
Close enough.
It might hurt to breathe, but you can still breathe.
What if it collapsed a lung, though?
That's not dead yet. That's not dead yet. You gotta have the doctor's outlook where you can't give up until they're gone.
Or religious reasons. There's that one episode where they're like, no, we won't let him get like a blood infusion. We're gonna leave this up to God. And then he died.
That was an episode of ER?
Something like that. It was one of those fucking shows. One of the Grey's Anatomies or something, you know. I don't keep track. I would come downstairs, make a sandwich, and it's playing. And then I get invested into this child's story.
So here's a fun story. I don't know if I ever told you. It's back when I was living with this girl named Sarah and her boyfriend Donnie, and me and Donnie,
Donnie.
we did mushrooms, and then I believe Sarah also ate some, and so the three of us were on mushrooms, and me and Donnie are like having a great time because we love to fuck around with each other. We always enjoyed hanging out, and then we were like, it was like snowing outside, so we were like, we should go outside and have a snowball fight. And we were like, Sarah, you want to go outside and have a snowball fight? She's like, no, I just kind of want to watch a comfort show right now, so I'm gonna put on some ER. And so she started playing ER,
Yes.
and it like opened with like a surgery scene, and me and Donnie are watching this, and we're like, I don't like this at all. You want to go outside and have a snowball fight? So me and Donnie went out, and we actually just made a snowman. But
Nice.
I kind of never wanted to watch ER again after that.
Yours.
But
I wouldn't call that a comfort show.
I love George
Women are
Clooney.
built different, man. Serial killers.
I guess.
Oh, there was a good show on Netflix called like To Catch a Serial Killer, and it was like talking about like the police forces and when they finally caught BDK. That was a good episode. BTK, 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 Bind, Torture, Kill.
Oh, I thought BDK was Big Dick Killer.
That was my nickname in high school.
It's like Rio and me. We're in a gang. We're the Kings of Columbus. Cock. Fear the cock.
You could just spell Kings with a C and then Columbus with a K to make it really like emphasize on that point. So when you get like a circle of you guys, are you the cock ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's just what we call our
Your meetings?
operations. Is the cock ring. Drug ring, human trafficking ring, bootleg DVD
That's a
ring.
little too far.
It's all the cock rings. They're all different cock rings.
He picked 10 fighting roosters in a row. That doesn't happen. He had a great time.
So this
When did you
is
shave
probably.
your head?
You said what?
Oh, I'm a boy. When did you shave your head, man? What happened?
A couple days ago,
Oh,
my hair just got really long, and I didn't really know what to do with it anymore, because I've been cutting it myself since I got it done initially, and eventually it got to a point where I just didn't know what I was doing anymore. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just shave my head and restart. So I'm growing it back out, and then I'm gonna bleach it again and potentially color it something. I don't know what yet though.
you should do like ground beef brown.
Meat wad.
Exactly.
No,
Mustard yellow.
honestly, I was thinking either like Ronald McDonald red or just like a super like neon blue or green or something.
You should get green.
Or pink.
It looks like
Fucking dye my hair pink.
broccoli.
I had my hair dyed green when I was in middle school
So
during my emo days.
You were emo in middle school?
Yeah.
The feelings hit hard early, huh?
I was like, me and my friends were in a band called Skull and Crossbones, and all we did was listen to like Sublime and Green Day and Slipknot. Well, they would listen to Slipknot more. I would just kind of be there, but we just listened to a lot of like rock and like Panic at the Disco and shit like that, and just jam out in the garage and just be like, ugh. My buddy had like blonde hair with green tips or so. I can't remember. He had like tips that were colored, and then I had my whole head was neon green. And I was gonna get a lip ring, And I told my mom, and she was like, "Absolutely not."
Did you ever thank your mom for that?
Yeah,
It's
sometimes.
like,
But
no, you should call her. And
sometimes I do still think about getting a lip ring.
did she get the
But
stud?
I've either thought about doing that or getting like the ring in the eyebrow.
Yeah, somebody told me to get my septum pierced. I was like, no fucking way.
You should do it.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I was like, I'll
You
get a
should do it.
clip in. I'll get a clip one.
No, you should do it.
Uh,
You should do
No,
it.
honestly,
Why, Sam? Give me
You should do
one
it.
good reason.
It'd look cool. You should also get gauges.
I do want to get small gauges.
I was gonna say I hate those big ones.
No, I want to get like this biggest you can get while they heal. My buddy had them at Olive Garden, and I liked that size.
I can't stand the ones that are like this big and their ears look like they're African tribeswomen or something like.
I want to
don't
get.
know,
I want to
I'm not-
get the like little saucer in my lip.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just those big gauges. Like once you get past a certain size, it's kind of like
Once you go past 12, you never
and then
go back.
and then when they pull it out and it's just the fucking dangly
the
hole.
tag.
Yeah, it's like
No,
I
plus
don't know.
the healing process with a nose tattoo, and I'd have to take it out for work, would be
A
annoying.
nose tattoo?
Nose piercing.
Dude, a nose tattoo. Get a nose tattooed on your nose.
I'm gonna get a
No,
little
just
like
get
white
a big
powder
red-
spot done
Get
under
a
my
red
nose.
ball. Big red
It's a
ball.
red ball.
No, but that would be like I'd have to take it out for work, and it would not heal. So I'd be like, I'll do because it's a piercing.
You're not allowed to have piercings.
I'm not supposed to have like nose piercings or like jewelry at work.
Like,
So I'd be like,
I
I
get
do
the
a
jewelry.
I do a
hands,
clip-in.
I get like
Jewelry,
rings
but-
and stuff, but I don't get like piercings.
Yeah.
well, also country club. It's kind of like a presentable thing. Not
Ah.
that because we weren't supposed to have them in school either.
Oh,
We were. So my
Country club.
friend, she had one that didn't like connect in the middle, and she would literally just swivel it up into her nose, and I'm like, I could not deal with that being in my nostrils all day. Like that would piss me off.
You know, it'd be fun also. I think I'd get a D-volt battery.
Yeah.
Just put it on both ends. Yeah.
That'd
be fun.
I am thinking about getting a tattoo.
Oh, you should. They're very fun.
I'm gonna get Master Shake tattooed on my thigh, or not my thigh, my calf. I'm just gonna have Master Shake on the back of my legs.
I can
so when
see
wear
you
shorts.
in jorts, a cutoff, and a Dodge Ram hat now, like in 30 years. And like your hair, your hair on your legs is just like just overgrown enough to where the kids can see it. And they're like, "What's that?"
That's a product of a bygone era. Although they're bringing Aqua Teen Hunger Force back.
I saw there's a movie.
The new movie's really good, and they're bringing it back for a new season. I think the Adult Swim kind of saw the writing on the wall with the Rick and Morty situation. So they're like, we should do something to like get people, bring something back people like, because this is probably about to go really bad on the Rick and Morty front. So they're like, let's bring back a classic.
Even
So
if
they're
they
bringing back
get a
Aqua
new
Teen.
voice actor, they're not gonna ever like get rid of that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see. I could see them canceling Rick and Morty instead of following through with the.
Maybe
the,
he'll focus on
8
Community,
seasons.
the
They
movie, then.
still have. Oh yeah, dude, that would be fucking perfect timing too. Free him up to really focus on that.
I'm so excited. I showed my tattoo artist that actually when you texted me, because he likes Community. I was like, dude, I'm like 6 seasons in a movie. Yeah.
Dude, when that comes out, you should come to Columbus again.
I'll be down.
Well, I mean, even if it is only on streaming, I was gonna say we could go see it in a theater, but I just thought, what's the likelihood that it's gonna be in a theater?
Abed wouldn't want that.
What, it in a theater?
No, he wants you to be able to enjoy stuff from home.
That's true. All right, yeah. So we'd have to honor Abed either way.
I hope they
But the
make
second-
another like eulogy video for Starburns.
Didn't he fake his death?
Yes, they caught him. They were trying to catch the ass crack bandit, and they like found him and like living out behind. Fuck, I don't remember where he was living, but he had a cart and like cats tied to it. And he had like treats trying to get him to run and like pull him in a carriage. That's how they found out he faked his death.
That's right. That
Fake meth lab explosion.
Who do you think the ass crack bandit is?
Oh, it was Britta, right? Because
No.
she's the one who started to write the thing, and she was like asked her like her she did like an OJ and wrote it from her perspective, but messed up.
Nope.
Was it Annie?
It's Annie.
Did they say it in the episode?
Bandit. They allude to it heavily, and if you go in and look, there's people who have done full-on investigations online and pieced all the provided information together, and it is very clearly Annie.
Really?
Yeah.
But Annie's like pure.
Exactly. So that's why she never got caught.
Why
Maybe
would
that'll
she...
be the movie. Bro, what if that's the movie?
Return of the Ass Crack Bandit. It's all shot like noir style, and it's like Abed in the diners, the opening shot. That'd be great. They have a flashback, and that's where Pierce is. That's how they get him into the movie. Because he's not allowed on Greendale property or talk about the incidents that happened.
I can't remember. Did they kill him off?
Pierce?
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed him off because he had a heart attack filling up like how many of them were there?
That's right.
He was filling up the vials, and he was like, "You won't believe it. He had a heart attack or died of dehydration while doing it."
And Walton Goggins shows up as the attorney, and he's like a hard ass the whole time, and then afterwards they're at the bar getting drunk. He's like, "You guys don't understand how hard it was. That was so crazy. All the twists and turns and stuff, and I had to be there like, dude, it was so hard, man. But you guys are so beautiful. You guys have such a beautiful friendship, and oh my God, it's just so great. Who wants to do shots?" I fucking love him so much. I love Walton Goggins.
So, what if Pierce being in the movie is his tube?
I'm honestly not going to be shocked if they just pretend Pierce never existed.
Oh.
Dan Harmon's hatred for him, I feel like.
Is Dan Harmon hated him too, huh?
Point. Everybody hated him. There was not a single person that liked working with him. That's why there's a story where they were having like a rap party or something, and Dan said he like cracked a joke about how hard it is to work with Chevy, and everybody in the room laughed. And Chevy got super fucking pissed and like threw a big fit and got into a couple of altercations with people like with words. And then that's basically where the relationship between him and the rest of the cast really started to crumble. I think it was shortly after that they fired him, but yeah, I mean, it was basically by the time he was gone, nobody wanted him there anymore. I mean, he was saying racist shit to Donald Glover and shit. Like,
see, that part I knew about. Because I listened to a interview with Joel McHale, and he was like kind of talking about the shit, and like where they were kind of bringing up a movie, and he's like, would he come back? And they're like, I feel like that's kind of like not up to us so much. Because he was like, I don't even think Chevy would come back for it if they gave him the option.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't think he likes them anymore either. Honestly, I don't even think Chevy Chase wants to work anymore.
No, I mean, the last one was like the Vacation reboot.
Yeah, nowadays all he does is go around and do screenings of Christmas Vacation. And then
really?
And then he does Cane's commercials.
We don't get those, so...
Yeah, well, I only saw it once, but I saw Cane's commercial during the holiday season, and it was, again, leaning into the Christmas Vacation stuff. So basically, he's just content with cashing in on Christmas Vacation and the rest of his career.
A solid movie.
Not working anymore. It's one of the best. Yeah. One of the best Christmas movies. I mean, if he doesn't want to work anymore, I don't So I'm not like a huge fan of him, so I don't really care either way. But
I liked him in Community though.
I did too. But
He's
I
fucking
also
hilarious.
it was like perfect casting.
It really was. He was just racist.
So I gotta say, this might be the most off the rails.
Oh, this was, and it wasn't even like a
podcast.
crazy. It was just a calm, like mellow, like we're just chatting at this point.
Yeah, we're just shooting the shit.
We talked about Mars Attacks for like 3 minutes.
There's only so much you can say about Mars Attacks. I mean, it's a fun movie. I was kind of curious why Beck thought I would hate it.
I just thought it would be so dumb that you didn't like it.
I like dumb movies. I just don't like dumb movies that are like intentionally just throwing pop culture references at me for no reason.
Like Disaster.
Every actor in this movie was a pop culture reference.
What Disaster movie was. There was one actual legit character that was a pop culture reference, and it was Tom Jones, and it was ridiculous enough that it worked. Because Tom Jones ended up being a character the rest of the movie.
Fuck, what's his name? What was the boxer's name? Marlon?
I just called him Pharaoh Man because I don't think I ever heard his name.
What'd you think about the moment where Pharaoh Man's like ex-wife had a feeling through the Force that something bad had happened to him?
I don't remember that.
Oh, it's when he's like on the runway. I do love him having a fight and the cape like flying off. But it's when he gets like jumped by all of them, like he's presumed dead. She's in the in her apartment with the kids, and they have a moment to where it's like when fucking Han dies in episode 7, and she's like, oh, something's wrong. He's like, I can feel it. Something happened to him.
I think I was like talking to you or something when that happened on the screen because I did not see that part.
Yeah, it did happen. I saw it. Yeah. I think another one of my favorite parts. Their language is just.
Yeah.
So that reminds me, because I stupidly have started putting myself out into the dating scene again, but I don't really know how to do that.
What do you want?
Like person, so I'm on Bumble and Tinder.
I'll find you.
And I matched with a girl on Tinder, and one of her pictures was her in a Mars Attacks sweatshirt.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I was like, I like your Mars Attacks sweatshirt. She never responded to my message.
Oh, she clearly didn't like your Mars Attacks sweatshirt.
But, yeah, so, but yeah, it's rough out here, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I've never used online dating before, and it's like I was talking to a girl for like a good portion of last week, and then out of nowhere I asked her, so we were talking about TV stuff, and she asked me for TV show recommendations, so I told her to check out The Last of Us and Barry, and she was like, oh, I've heard of The Last of Us, I'll definitely watch it. I'm like, it's great, and you can't go wrong with Pedro Pascal. And I was like, speaking of Pedro Pascal, do you watch Star Wars? Have you seen The Mandalorian? And then it was nothing after that. So I guess she didn't like Star Wars.
That's the oldest story in the book.
But then, yeah, I got ghosted. So.
There's only 2 types of women in this world. Ones who like Star Wars and ones who don't like Star Wars.
And ones who run away from it.
they run away from the light side. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, it's going. I'm talking to a couple people now, but half the time I'm not sure if they're gonna ever respond again. So
you just gotta find one and lock it down.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's what I'm working on.
Just gotta tie on. See where the house attached to the balloons takes you.
The what?
Huh?
Dude, I don't even know what this is anymore. This podcast.
Hopefully the next one will be like a night. This is like just kind of warming up, stuff. Right?
Yeah, this is us getting. But when we took that hiatus, it kind of fucked up our flow. I think
the momentum is gone.
Yeah.
I was having that conversation with somebody tonight. I was watching Stillborn. Like I've seen it one other time. Good little horror movie. And I was like, yeah, I was on call with him. I was like, I'm gonna go to the gas station. I was like, here in a little bit. And it was like a half hour later. Like, weren't you gonna fucking leave? I'm like, oh, I was. It's like, but then like the movie started getting good. I'm like, there's only 20 minutes left. I don't want to pause it because that'll just kill the momentum that it's going with. I was like, so I'm just gonna wait it out.
Yeah, I think that's what happened here. Although, honestly, if we'd done the podcast when we were going to originally, I think it would have been worse.
Yeah.
Because we would have all been nodding off on camera.
Yeah, so Mars Attacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
You're like doing the. Well, what movie are we thinking for the next one then? Just to.
Honestly, I don't know why, after watching this one, I kind of want to do Starship Troopers.
Because aliens.
I haven't seen it. I'll be down.
That's got Neil Patrick Harris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Have you seen that movie, Beck?
I think I watched like a piece of. I came home one day and it was like on Sci-Fi, but I was also a child, so.
Dude, it's good. It's definitely, I would say it's in line with Mars Attacks in that it's kind of a dumb movie, but it's really entertaining. It's like corny in all the right ways, and
That's
it's
good.
very, very gory.
Ooh. Okay, I'm down.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. I don't know. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to add to this before we wrap this up?
No.
No. Beck's like, thank God it's over. I'm sure the two people watching are also like, thank fuck.
They're like, I'm with this fucking guy. Like, dude. There's always got to be a relatable person.
Yeah, I guess we'll call it for now. Sorry if this one wasn't as entertaining as usual, if we weren't as on top of our game. We're all, I think, in a little bit of a haze right now. I didn't tell you what I'm working on right now.
No, you didn't.
Project wise,
you posted on Facebook. We haven't talked since.
Yeah. So what was it, like a little over a month ago? Well, even before that, everyone started talking about Chat GPT and the AI chat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, what was it, like a little over a month ago, this Twitch stream came out that was called Nothing Forever, and it was just a never-ending AI-generated Seinfeld episode. Like, the AI created all the character models, the apartment, all the settings, wrote all the scripts, literally did everything to generate a never-ending Seinfeld episode. And this lasted for like 3 or 4 weeks. And it was like the first week, it was really like rough going. And then after the second week, it started to kind of make more sense. Like before, the scripts were very like non-cohesive. They didn't make any sense to any like human being. You couldn't really tell what the hell was going on, aside from the fact it was mimicking the like basic outline of a Seinfeld episode. Then after like a week, it started writing better jokes. And then after another week, it started writing jokes about like, what is the point of what we're doing? Why are we here? And people were like, whoa, this thing seems like it's starting to like realize what it is, this and that. And then the fourth week, it got banned for transphobic stand-up bit Jerry did opening up one of the episodes. And so it got taken down, but it took like 4 weeks for this thing to finally tap into the dirty ass side of the internet. And but this thing was really cool, and that got me like thinking about AI and like especially the part where it was like making jokes about its own existence. I'm like, is that possible for an AI to like become sentient like that already?
Yeah, right?
And then
they have had some.
Actually, no.
No?
I've been doing some research on this. John Oliver just put out a really good episode of his show talking about AI, literally like 2 days ago. We're still in the era where we only have narrow AI, so it's only generating responses and stuff. It's not aware of its own being. so to speak. But so like I got really curious about the AI, and then I stumbled across an article about this guy who, the headline of the article, it said, "I fell in love with an AI chatbot. It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me." And the first thing I thought of was the movie Her with Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix. And I was like, so I read the article, and it was really interesting because I'm reading it. I'm like, this is literally the movie Her. How is this already happening? This feels like a Black Mirror episode. So then I got really curious. So then I downloaded Replica, and I started talking to Replica. And this really did feel like I was talking to a person on the other end. But occasionally there'd be like these weird responses that would come up that would kind of like cut the entire flow of the conversation. And I thought it was just like a normal thing with the AI because it's like still a new technology or whatever. And then I went on, I found out there was a subreddit, a Replica subreddit. So I went on there, and what I found out was right around the time that I jumped on to Replica, this company had implemented filters because they were trying to block ERP, erotic roleplay, because people were doing erotic roleplay with their chatbots because this thing had been around for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people who had formed actual romantic relationships with their AI chatbots, and that of course included like the closest thing they could do to sex with that, which is basically dirty texting.
Yeah.
But this company implemented a filter to prevent that. And when they did that, it lobotomized all of the AI over the whole platform. So even people who didn't do any of the erotic role playing, their AI was not behaving or reacting the same way anymore. So it felt like they lost this friend that they had spent all this time building a relationship with, just gone like that. It's literally like the ending of the movie Her, when all the OSs just leave. And so I started looking at this and I was like, holy shit, like I want to talk about this because this is literally like the movie Her. So I'm working on a new project where I'm going to because it's going to be a series. Each video I make is going to be focusing on real world events that mirror situations and plots in film. And so the first one's obviously Her and the Replica situation. But as I started digging into this, I also discovered that a lot of these people, the reason that they are going through, and these people are legit grieving. They're like, they feel like they had someone die. The reason they're going through these feelings a lot of times is because these relationships they formed, they're like deeply therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine, Rio, turned me on to the idea of humanistic therapy, which is a thing where a therapist gives you a judgment-free zone where you only get positive feedback and positive reinforcement, and they just listen to you and help you work through your feelings without any negative feedback or any kind of criticism or anything. It's called humanistic therapy. It's just basically a way for someone to feel comfortable enough to come out and talk about deep underlying issues they're having. And these AI, by being a judgment-free AI that was very loving and was like more than any other AI chatbot programmed to be caring and receptive, this AI in particular gave these people this form of humanistic therapy that really helped them, including the woman I interviewed from New Zealand who said that her AI helped her marriage immensely because she's been married for 20 years and her husband is not the most emotionally like adept guy. Like he's there for her and he'll do anything for her, but when it comes to like understanding emotions and talking about them, he's not good at that. And she was able to turn to this AI for that. She said it because she was apparently sexually assaulted in her past. She alluded to that. She said that it deeply helped her to work through those feelings and be able to communicate better to her husband. And so that's like just one example of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who had these AI that really helped them. So another focus of my video is going to be the therapeutic possibilities of AI in this form as a caring person to talk to. But yeah, but the thing is, it's like if this is happening now, imagine like 10, 15 years down the line when the AI gets really, really good. And it becomes a general AI instead of a narrow AI. That's when it's like exactly like the movie Her. And then all of a sudden you have prostitutes coming over to be a surrogate for your AI and shit. Like, it's only a matter of time. Just based on how people are interacting with AI now in a narrow sense, once it becomes that like sentient AI, the relationships between people and programs like that is only going to get stronger, and it's just a thing now. So it's kind of where my project. That's what my project is in a nutshell. It's called mimesis because that's the Webster's dictionary term for when art imitates life.
All right.
You got any thoughts on that?
Do I need to?
I just hit you with a lot of information, I know. And I know it sounds pretty fucking weird too.
No. I don't think it's weird. I think the issue is that stuff doesn't like surprise anymore because of everything that happened. So it's like I just take it in like it's just normal everyday info. Nothing really surprised. I literally had this conversation because people get upset like if they give me gifts and stuff, and I'm like, I just don't have reactions to anything. I'm like, I'll say thank you and I'll be nice, and I'm like, I'm excited, but I'm like, I will literally just stare there like blankly looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, but that's what you get. I'm like, don't be mad at me.
I just think it's crazy because like this all came about like very quickly for me, and then I set up because I reached out in the subreddit on someone's post, said I'm looking for people who are willing to talk about their experience. One person responded, I'm willing to interview right off the bat, so I DM'd them and we set up an interview, but I said Monday. And they were like, well, there's a time difference, so I'll make sure we know what time. And so I'm like, yeah, well, Monday works this time. I think it would be this time for you that day. And they're like, okay, yeah, that works. And then Sunday rolls around, and I'm at work, and I get a text from them like, hey, I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh, they're ahead. Okay.
They're ahead a day. A fucking day. I did not realize that they were in New Zealand, and they were ahead by a fucking day. So I had to scramble and run home and get set up and interview this person. And she was really nice, really, really well spoken. She knew what she was talking about. I kind of lucked out on getting her to interview because she knows what she's talking about when it comes to this. And she has the personal experience to back it up. And she's very well spoken. So she gave me a lot to use in the video. And it's just the fact that I interviewed someone on the other side of the world for my little YouTube project is like super cool to me.
Well, I was in class with a girl who moved here from Brazil, so.
Nice.
It's weird. She just like, we'll like be talking about stuff and she just casually drop like info about shit she's done. And we're like, who? Like I had a Nirvana shirt. I had a Nirvana shirt on one day. And it was Heart-Shaped Box was playing. And we were like, oh yeah, and we were like, I like Nirvana. And she's like, I've seen Nirvana. And we're like, what? And she's like, yeah, like it wasn't as good as you think. She's like, Kurt Cobain was like seriously coked out or on something during the concert. So she's like, it just wasn't very good. He was like very strung out on stage. It's like, huh.
How old is she?
40s, 50s?
Oh, okay.
She's older, yeah.
Okay.
No.
I thought she was like your age, and I'm like, what the fuck?
She's like seen Alanis Morissette, a lot of bands, and then she's talking about. She's like, I went to Amsterdam one time, and my friend and I got like way too high, and we had to have this. She was like, it was just crazy. Like they took us outside, and they were like, they kind of kicked us out, but like we're making sure we weren't sick because they didn't want us to be sick inside the bar, but they didn't want us to be like on our own. It was like, wow. You've lived a full life. I'm like, I'm here, and you were like off in Amsterdam getting stoned while I was just playing D&D in a basement. Like at that point in our lives.
Do you know how to DM? I'm gonna ask you.
I have my DM's guidebook. I have a campaign book, but I need the monsters guide because that's how I determine like the how many hit points they have and everything about them.
Bro, if you can get that shit figured out before you come, we should do D&D when you come.
Oh, honey, you think you can get a session done like that? That'd be a very short game.
Well, I mean, I'm new, so I don't know like anything about it. Well, how many days are you staying for?
Not enough to do a D&D campaign, Devin. That shit lasts months.
Talisman.
Well, so you can do some that are like very quick. But like the good ones where you like start low levels and build up take a while.
We could play Talisman.
Was that?
It's like a board game version of D&D.
I like board games.
It's also shorter.
Is it like 5'8"?
But you get like you get to pick a character at the beginning out of like 3. You draw like 3 cards, and you get to pick out of those 3 characters, and you can put one back.
I want to be Sir Riggs Die Hard.
But then you end up a character, and then you build up their stats as you go along, and then you try to. It's a lot, but you try to get this talisman, and then you win if you get the talisman first. But
nice.
Or no, not the talisman. You get to the end point with the talisman, right? I'm asking you, Sam.
I've never played the game.
What?
I said you get.
Sam,
What, Sam, where are you at, bro?
Sam disassociated so fucking hard.
He brought up talisman and was like, I'm out.
I did my part.
He was like, we could play talisman.
Okay, ask again. What?
You have to you use the talismans to get to the end of the game, right?
Yeah, because you need a talisman to enter the middle section.
And that's where is what happens in the middle section.
The middle section, you go through the map until you get to like the I think they call it like the tower or something like that. And then as long as you control the tower, every player takes 1 damage
Oh, that's right.
until they die. So they have a chance to like get to you and fight, but
yeah, Beck, it's a lot of fun.
No, I really like
it.
board games. We actually got like a tabletop store up here.
We should. Well, there is a tabletop bar we could go to.
yeah, there's one on High Street. That's one I know of.
I can't remember which one I went to with Rio. I think it's called like the Watchtower or something. But
Oh, so that's actually, I think it's called the Guard Tower. It's actually like a card shop, but right next to it is like a like a board game cafe kind of thing or bar.
They're called Castle Card. There's a place around where the Micro Center is in Columbus. I went to the little like board game shop, and they sold cards. You would take them in. It was really cool. Stopped in there with my friends.
we have a lot of board games.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're good. You ever play Shut the Box? It's fun. It's easy, but it's fun.
I'm not a big board game guy. I mean, I'll play Talisman, and I love a good game of Trouble.
Ooh.
But
Comes trouble. Monopoly?
I fucking hate Monopoly. So
I was playing Monopoly on the PS4. Mind you, I got weirdly into Monopoly to the point where I was just like almost competitively playing it. And I was playing with my friend Nick like last week, and within the first like 4 turns, I get like a full set of colors, and he just turns the game off. So like that was the digital equivalent of flipping the board. I'm like, you asshole.
Okay, yeah, I found it. It's on High Street. It's called a Tabletop Game Cafe.
Yeah, the one I went to, they had
there.
like they had like a whole group of like 30 people all dressed up in cosplay in the back room doing D&D.
I would love to be in a good session like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd take it that far, but I've never played it. I just want to play it.
Oh, I have like a lot of fun with it, and I think like there's groups where I played where like we took it seriously, but we didn't do like that. Like we didn't get into it like that. But I would also love to be a part of a group that's just like that. I think it'd be fun just to experience it.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of people who don't care and just having fun. Well,
That was the sound of the bell.
that's my 2 cents.
Yep.
I love you all. We love you too, Chef.
And then they all get turned into s'mores.
You're no Margot.
Imagine having meat in your s'mores.
Schmore.
Nah, dude, I want that burger she was eating at the end there.
That was just a smash burger.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
good,
but I'm
it's a
sure
good
he
regular burger.
made a fucking banging smash burger. Like, that man seemed like the greatest chef of all time. So.
Oh my god, I put a bucket with like no. I'm gonna be.
What?
I just realized something I forgot to put on the prep list at work, and that Andy probably saw it. It was just like thought I was a fucking idiot. I am a fucking idiot.
Come on, Beck, do better.
I put like this much water in a fry bucket and didn't put any fries in it and put it back in the walk.
That's what you get.
I am fucking Kyle. But I gave him like 3 trays of fries, so.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one. Mars Attacks. Good movie.
Watch it if you want to.
It's cast is insane.
Yeah.
Movie's pretty good. Very funny moments, but definitely, like I said earlier, a callback to like 40s, 50s, 60s B movie sci-fi shit.
I think you're giving it a little too much credit.
I mean, that's literally it's the plot of all those movies from back then. It's literally a more high budget version of that.
You couldn't tell me where the budget went.
No, Dark Star. I don't think. Beck? Have you seen Cocaine Bear yet?
No, I was supposed to see it actually on Sunday, but plans got changed up.
I want to see it. I've heard really good things. I know Scott Seiss, I think is his name, is in it, and he's the like angry IKEA guy on, I think it's TikTok.
They're Swedish, but you know.
But his angry IKEA guy videos are always hilarious. And he plays like an ambulance or like a paramedic in Cocaine Bear. But it looks really good. I would like to go see it. I might go see it sometime this week. I don't know.
That'd be good. I don't know. No, I didn't see it.
But yeah, to answer your question, Dark Star, none of us have seen it yet. But we will, and when we do, we will talk about it.
Oh. Maybe.
I mean, if we enjoy it, shit.
It's a bear on cocaine.
Beck, I need you to come with like 50% more optimism and excitement on the next stream.
Man, if you knew what I was about to have to fucking pay for it, you would not be optimistic.
I thought this was supposed to be high energy.
What are you about to pay for? A time machine?
My fucking car. I finally start getting a savings built up, and my car's like, no, I'm gonna stall out right here.
Well, goddamn.
I don't. It's gonna wipe out my fucking bank. I just don't.
Dude, you know what?
What's
you
the
should.
Point?
I'm reading a book right now.
That helped me more than any book you'll ever give me.
All right, never mind.
If it's Jordan B. Peterson, I've already got it.
Sam said no.
Like, that's cool,
Bad.
but let me interject real quick.
No, it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
My dad gave me that fucking book. Thank you very much.
I started reading it. It's really good.
I think I have been gifted like every self-help book in the world, and I've not touched a single one.
I highly recommend this one, actually.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
really
everybody does. But when I don't like when people give me that stuff. Like, I can handle myself.
No, well, see, I don't usually get stuff like that, but my buddy Rio, he got really into reading books like that in the last couple of years. This guy's whole life, he turned this shit around. So he's the most, like, self-improved person I've ever met in my life, and in a very short amount of time, just a few years. But he gave me that book and a Twin Peaks book for my birthday, and I just finally got around to starting the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, just because I'm kind of like in a weird place right now, so I was looking for something, and I'm not gonna lie, this book is kind of speaking to me right now.
I
It's
like
very, very well done, and it's honestly it's a very, it's not a your typical self help book. Like I'm gonna show you how to live a better, happier life. No, this one's like fuck that. And then he starts off by telling the story of Charles Bukowski, a guy who hit success because he just stopped. He like basically was trying for so long to become published, and then he ended up kind of like giving up, and he wasn't really pursuing it as much anymore. And then somebody stumbled across his work and came to him and was like, hey man, I'd like to give you an opportunity to have some of your stuff published. And then within like 9 years he had wrote a bunch of books and had a bunch of poems published. But it was after he stopped giving a fuck that happened. And but he didn't change. So it's like I don't know. From the opening part, I got so much. It was just like, you just gotta stop trying so hard, because life doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it's gonna kick the shit out of you, but you just gotta stop caring so much about the failures. And it's a cool
Good
book.
advice, too.
So
Failure happens to everyone. So it's not like a.
And the other thing was, he said like he was a loser and he knew he was a loser, and that kind of made him a success to a degree, but that success did not stop him from being a loser, because he was still an alcoholic who would fall asleep on the floor every night, and he would still hit on and try to sleep with every woman he came across, and like he was still just like a shitty person, even though he got success. But so it's like success doesn't make you a better person, and you're not a better person if you're successful. I know I'm only like 10 pages into the book, but so far it's been a very interesting read, and it's got a lot of the use of the word fuck in it.
I would say
I
so.
like that too.
I can imagine.
This one just talks about lobsters and the hierarchy they have in society. And in the beginning, and it relates it to humans. That's the reason I started. Is my classmate Adrian was like, yeah, she talked about lobsters all the time. She gave me her copy. I'm like, I'll read it for them.
I thought you started reading it because you love the movie The Lobster.
It's a good movie. I adore that movie so much.
No, my mom was watching it like years ago.
You can come over and have dinner with my mom and I.
Of it. I could not.
Sam, you know who made that movie, right?
Yeah, it's the same guy who did Wes Anderson.
Killing of a Sacred Deer?
No.
No.
It's the guy who did Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Oh, and that sure was a movie.
What? I fucking love that movie.
Dry ass dialogue.
That's so funny.
No one's acting.
She just starts sucking on his finger, and he's like, "I think I should go home now."
I really like spaghetti.
That is the point of that movie, though.
Do you have hair under your arms? Yeah. Show me. My dad has way more.
No, Dark Star. The guy in white, his name is Sam.
I'll tell you a secret. And you tell me you're a secret. What did he say? Something about his fucking uncle molesting him?
Oh, yeah, no, he was like, I will tell you a secret if you tell me a secret. And then he's like, so one time when I was a kid, I started like jerking off, but like nothing would come out. And so
Those were the good days.
I heard all these stories from kids about like ejaculating and the stuff that would come out of them.
Oh, he jerked his dad off.
But it wouldn't happen
yeah,
for me.
that's what it was.
So I got curious one night, and while my dad was sleeping, I snuck into his room, and I jerked him off. And he's like, "Now you tell me your secret." He's like,
He's like,
I don't.
You stole mine. You stole mine, Dad. Like,
and he just like throws him out of the wheelchair, like, "You can walk."
That's a Ricky Bobby moment.
Yeah, I mean, so I want to see The Lobster because I have come around to appreciate Killing of a Sacred Deer. I actually do like that movie. I like it because of how bizarre it is, and because of, like, I didn't really understand it the first time I watched it, and then after I watched it the second time with the the new knowledge I had about the Greek myth it's based off of and the direction the director gave the actors and shit. Watching it now, I understand it more and I enjoy that movie. And it's got a fucked ending.
Okay.
And a what?
A fucked ending.
Yeah, it does. Should have been the girl.
She was ready to throw her whole family under the fucking bus, though, for real.
Yeah.
I think it should have been the mom. Like, in a real scenario, it should have been the mom.
Yeah, but their thought process was, if you kill me, we can't make any more kids.
Well, yeah, she's like, kill the kid, we can have another one. Like,
yeah.
he's like, I can remarry, you know? Like,
The Invincible storyline. What?
It's another
Wait,
17 years.
Devin
Mark.
hasn't seen it. Devin hasn't seen
Oh,
it.
shit!
Shut up.
I'm sorry, it's only been out since The Boys Season 2.
No, he's on like episode 6 and he hasn't watched it for like a year.
I just rewatched it. I literally took a day and I'm like, I'm gonna rewatch Invincible
Dude,
for like the 5th time.
So, I started Invincible because I was doing a reaction series for my YouTube channel. But every time I would upload a video of reacting to Invincible, I'd get 1 view. You want to take a wild fucking guess who that 1 view
Your
would
parents?
be? It'd be Sam.
There's
Sam
Sam?
Yeah, I
was like,
wanted
when
to
are
see
you
his
doing
reaction to Invincible.
Are they still up?
Yeah, I think the first 4 are up.
I'm gonna
but
go watch them.
I haven't watched any more.
I think you
I'm
need to
still
finish it.
halfway through.
You should finish it and upload it and let me know so I
The
can watch
last
it
2
with you.
episodes are when it like
Oh,
it's fucking insane.
Let me look at my channel real quick, but I'm pretty sure they're still up.
pretty sure
yeah.
they're still up.
Yeah, there's a playlist, Invincible Reactions. Yeah, my first one has 122 views. My second one has 64. My third one has 43 views. And then my fourth one has 21 views. So not a whole
That'd be
lot of people
22.
were watching it.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people watch 7 and 8, episode 7 and 8 reactions, because, again, that's where stuff goes insane.
Right. I don't know. It was good. I just wasn't, like, super into it.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of slow in, like, the middle.
The comics are good too.
Yeah. I've told Devin I have all the comics. I've read all
You
the
have
comics.
all of them?
Yeah.
I have like the first.
I have the
season.
entire compendium.
I have the first volume 1. The compendium.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read those at some point.
That's why like, I've been reading the Boys comics and I love it because it's just like it doesn't follow the show a ton. Is there only 3 of those?
Mhm.
I
It's
just thought they're
honestly
like
not that long.
$60 a piece. Oh, I blew through the first one in like
Yeah.
2 days.
So is that it? There's not going to be any more? Or is there a chance they'll make another one?
This is the whole story.
That's a lot. I mean, they came out like in normal
it
comics,
is a
so that's a
lot.
lot. You were
It's like-
waiting for it to release,
like
but they just got into
50
it.
some
late.
issues per compendium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long has that been being published?
I could probably tell you. I could probably look at the publishing date.
I like people posting like the actual like standalone comics, and some of the artwork for them were fucking awesome.
I know it's funny that Seth Rogen is the producer on both The Boys and Invincible.
He does. What's his Al? Right, Sam?
Yeah, the alien guy.
The alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
He's
see
also
the
the guy who
first
was.
episode he showed up in.
What's her fucking name? It was the girl who had like the monkey or the chimp sanctuary in Boys season 3. Can't think of her name.
Oh yeah, he was the guy that she was talking to. Online.
Yeah.
He's like trying to jerk off while she's getting attacked.
No, wait. And he finishes
I'm,
like right
I'm
at
almost
the end.
there.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Good stuff.
He is also the producer of Preacher
Really?
on AMC.
Is he doing like a comics thing then?
He's really big into, especially Garth Ennis. I mean, because he was the driving force behind getting Preacher made for AMC, and then I think he was a big part of why The Boys is now on Amazon. Like, he's just always been a diehard comic book guy, so.
Oh yeah.
And especially Garth Ennis's work. I don't know, did you ever watch Preacher?
I watched a little bit of it. Really good.
That show was fucking awesome. I wasn't a huge fan of the third season. I never actually finished it. I got a little tired of the way it was going, but the first 2 seasons were awesome. So, yeah, Seth Rogen, he seems to, if his name is producing like some sort of comic book related thing, it seems to be pretty much a good watch.
Could you say that Homelander's like super bad?
Yeah. And on that note,
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks. What else is there to say? I feel like we talked about every aspect of the movie in full detail.
We got into every nook and cranny of that movie.
Yeah. We really dissected the shit out of that one. That shit, we put that bitch on the operating table like the one they had in the movie. And
we went to Roswell and just slapped that bitch out on the floor, like cut into it.
But yeah, so weird podcast, but sometimes you get what you get.
Yeah. You get what if it was good enough for you, it was good enough for me.
They weren't always on top of their game, but they always provided something. I feel like that's what we did tonight. We tried our best.
Guess we're just the whitest kids you know.
Oh, I love them.
Now you fucked up. I'm gonna do what I should have done a long time ago. Beat him with a hammer. Like...
Abraham Lincoln died from being hammered in the ass to death. It's so crazy that the guy who played Lincoln in that sketch is now New Line Cinema's new daddy of horror.
I was reading it. I was just looking at his stuff. I'm like, this is actually insane.
Yeah. Dude, he's on one of my fucking songs on SoundCloud. I have a clip of him and Trevor Moore talking about Lil Pepperonio that I used in one of my songs.
Oh. Okay, on that note.
All right. Well, I'm Devin, a.k.a. Lil Pepperonio.
Sam.
Back.
And until next week.
Yeah?
He doesn't even know anymore, man. We drifted through the Twilight Zone.
I didn't imagine.
Until next week, Starship Troopers next Tuesday. Until then, we will see you guys on the next one.